What's up everybody, and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at the newest generation Ford F-150. This is a regular cab XL, does have the chrome package finished in race red, and we are on a lowered suspension, so it's a pretty cool setup overall. Now, taking a look at what is underneath the hood of this particular one, nice to see that this one has the 5.0 naturally aspirated 8-cylinder engine. So if we find that hood latch and pop this open, so we got that legendary 5.0 pumping out 400 horsepower and 410 pound-feet of torque. It's paired to a 10-speed automatic transmission, has the 3.73 rear end, do have an upgraded air intake, and with this vehicle, you're looking at 17 miles per gallon in the city with 22 on the highway with a 23-gallon fuel tank. There is an extended range fuel tank available as well. Taking a look at the styling now, the chrome and red really goes together really nicely. You can see all that chrome along the headlights, really cool looking grille with Ford, and then we have active grille shutters back there to provide maximum cooling or efficiency depending on what's needed. We get a metal chrome bumper with some fog lights, metal tow hooks down below, and some plastic up in front. And I really like how you can see all this black for the hood graphic. Really nice to see all those contours. Overall comes together pretty nicely. It's a sporty looking truck. On the side, we get a set of 20-inch wheels finished off in more chrome. You can see a nice sharp body line, and then our F-150 trim piece. We get chrome along the side mirrors with an integrated camera, as well as the LED lights, and then just a blacked out window. Pretty nice design overall, just a simple two-door truck. Chrome on the door handles, some sharp body lines down below, and then we get the 6.5-foot bed. You see the look with the wheel in back, and then moving towards, we can see we just have one large piece of glass for the window, and then the tailgate as expected. F-150 and Ford, got a 5.0 badge, and then chrome along the bumper. Now this does have the backup camera, and I really like the tailgate that we get on this particular spec. We have our measuring tape on here to use this as a work truck. We have areas where you can use a C-clamp, clamp down some 2x4s, use this like a workbench, and we even have the integrated step. Now being a lowered truck, you don't really need this step. However, it's still a nice thing to have for any pickup truck. We of course have our handle down here that'll pop out, and then we can easily close this back. We get a painted bed in here with LED lights, then a few different solutions for tying things down. So pretty simple truck overall, pretty nice design. MSRP on an XL like this is gonna be around $40,000. This one is nicely equipped though. And then taking a look at the interior, we get a fabric interior, really cool gray design. We have that middle jump seat as well, and then more gray and black along the door. You get plastic, just a little bit of padding, but not really, for the armrest. And then you have a nice grab handle there, all your controls, and then quite a lot of storage. You can see we have manual controls for the seats, got the recline lever, slides forwards and back. And then in the center, this is my favorite part. Opening this up, the bottom of the seat has hidden storage all underneath it. And then we can also grab this lever over here and pull this down. And we have our armrest. We also have two cup holders, but this is also a workstation. So if you slide this forwards, we have even more storage back here, but we can pull this at a 45-degree angle, and we now have a workbench. So just really cool the way everything is integrated and it all locks into place. So definitely a cool setup for sure. And you can see we have our black steering wheel with some gray accents with all the controls. So if I go ahead and hop inside now, this is a simple one. So we have a turnkey ignition, which I'm not used to using. From here, let's fire up that 5.0. So this is the entire interior, just the regular cab as you would expect. And then we can see we do get some tech in the center. We have an analog speedometer and tach, analog information up above that. And then our main screen in the center, we can scroll up and down quite a few different things. So like how you have your basic information, trip information, fuel economy, things like that. And then if I hit the menu icon, it's gonna pop open. You can see truck information. You can scroll through a few different things. Off-road, you get your pitch and roll meter, which is nice to see. And then just going back a few menus, we can continue scrolling to towing, vehicle maintenance, and things like that. You can see we have our gear selector on the far right side, going all the way down into drive, park. We have our plus and minus, manual mode as well. Turn signal stock on the left. Then Bluetooth and audio controls with cruise control. and those controls we saw for the screen on the right side. You can see headlight controls down below, along with interior lighting, and some nice plastic material across the dashboard and storage up above. There's a huge cubby right here, and then a shortcut for our camera. You can see that backup camera popping up. And then moving to the center screen, this does have built-in navigation, of course audio information, phone integration, different settings within the truck, and then different features. And it's nice to see we have Bluetooth audio, Android Auto, and Apple CarPlay on this particular one. So it's nice to see all those options. You have more radio controls right in the center, and then physical climate controls down below with your temperature, your zones, fan speed, and then this has the push button right here for your locking differential. We have drive modes as well. So we have a tow and haul mode into normal, and then slippery, deep snow, and mud. So cool to see that for sure. 4-wheel drive low and everything. A little bit of storage as well as 2 plugs. And then just one last look at the overall interior. Not too bad. Only real downfalls I would say, when this is down, the plastic right here is not the most comfortable armrest. But nonetheless, this is really a work truck on a pretty good budget. Up above, we have a lot of headroom in here as well. Great visibility over your right shoulder, and just a really open interior. We also have a sunglass holder up above that with all your dome lights and a mirror, and then really large sun visors. So with all that said, let's go ahead, take this thing for a spin. All right, guys, we are setting off now. I gotta say, the Coyote Mustang V8 in an F-150 always sounds good, especially if you got an air intake or somewhat of an exhaust. But pretty cool to have the V8 in this. This is basically like just the ultimate work truck, simple truck, affordable truck. You really do have a lot to offer. As far as normal driving, I mean, it drives like a pickup truck would. It's just a little bouncy over some bumps, but nothing bad, kind of exactly what you would expect. It is a smooth ride overall when you're on a pretty smooth road. And you have really good visibility. Huge windshield, you can see the huge hood. And it's cool being in a truck where I don't feel too high up. So it kind of is, obviously it's a lowered vehicle, but it's a lower vehicle in general, being just a more simple setup. But you have huge mirrors to see everything behind you. Windows are massive. You basically are in just a giant fishbowl. And then over your right shoulder, you have absolutely no issues with visibility. This is a little big, but with the mirrors and everything, I mean, honestly, there is no issues. As far as some more like street driving things, it does handle pretty well for being a pickup truck. I think with the lower center of gravity and everything. I mean, it's kind of a truck you can play with. You can drive around on the street, but of course you still have the 4-wheel drive, the drive modes, and the bed to make it a usable vehicle. Only downfalls, I would say, I'm not a fan of the column shifter. It's definitely a little bit hard to get it into gear sometimes. You know, you might try to go in reverse and you go into park, so I'm just not a fan of them. Obviously with the jump seat and stuff like that, they can't have a shifter in the center like most vehicles, but you know, it would be nice to have the rotary dial or something like that. Only other downfalls are the armrests. This is hard plastic, so your elbow is right on it. It's not really that comfortable. The armrest over here is rubber, but super hard as well. So being, honestly, you know, a base model truck in XL, this is the basic of the F-150. Obviously, you're not going to get all the amenities, things like that. But overall, you know, the seats are comfortable. There's plenty of maneuverability, and at 5'11", I mean, I have so much headroom and plenty of legroom to where taller guys, honestly, you could easily fit in here with really no issues. So it's a good bare balanced truck, but you still get some good features. You can strip this down even less without some options, but having the navigation, that tailgate, of course the upgraded V8 engine and things like that, it's nice to be able to get good features in a base model truck for a really good price. So it seems like a well-rounded option if it's really just gonna be 2 people, maybe a third from time to time, and you just need a truck to do truck things. This is kind of what you want. You know, you don't need to get a nice King Ranch for $70,000, $80,000 or something crazy. You know, this is gonna tow well. If you have a generic boat or something like that, 5,000 pound boat, won't even skip a beat. And then even some things that are heavier than that still can handle it with ease. So a pretty cool option. I do love this centerpiece. It yells at you when you're driving if you adjust anything. But even putting that one up, it'll still tell you to stow that away while driving, but it's nice to have that feature in there. So playing with it on some back roads, while it's a big heavy truck, certainly no sports car, you know, this is a good street version as we pass a normal F-150. But if you want just a street truck, just kind of a well-rounded, affordable option that's nearly brand new. This is the newest one you can get. And you really can't complain for this truck. Seems like a pretty cool way to go for a two-door pickup.